Hey, what's going on, guys? Adam here. What I have for you guys today is a review of the Infinity Blade iPhone/iPod Touch/iPad application. Now, before I get into the actual application, I do want to note some background information about this application. Number one, this application is made by the company Epic Games, and if you've not heard of Epic Games, they make a bunch of different games for different systems such as the Xbox 360, PS3, and the PC. They actually are the creators behind the Gears of War series. And what they did with this application is that they ported over the Unreal Engine 3, which is the game engine used to create the Gears of War series and their other games, and they made the Infinity Blade application out of it. And with that said, this is going to be the most stunning game you have ever seen for the iPhone/iPod Touch. It was actually released to the App Store today, December 9th, 2010, and has a price point of $5.99, which is 100% worth it. Now, as you guys can tell by the name Infinity Blade, this is a kind of like a sword fighting game. It's not an RPG like many people thought it was gonna be, but there is multiplayer coming in a future update. Now let's go ahead and jump into Infinity Blade. I just did restart the game before I started this review, so I can show you guys how it works from the beginning. And there is a bit of a storyline behind it, and this is it at the beginning. And keep in mind, these are the graphics in this application. They are stunning, amazing graphics. So let's just watch this for about 20 seconds and then the actual game will begin. So here we go. Now it will start to instruct me how this game works, the actual controls to it. I did restart it, so I do know how these work, but there's hold to block right here. So as you guys can see, when the guy is, trying to attack you, it will block. You can swipe to strike in this direction, and as you guys just saw, I can now strike him, and you see that his health does go down. This is a fully functional game as well. It does have amazing graphics. So both of us have health. There's a little bit of a storyline behind it, which you'll see now. So there we go, guys. That is the storyline behind Infinity Blade. Basically, as you guys just saw, the god of the Infinity world just struck us with the Infinity Blade, which you can actually purchase further out in the game for a lot of money. But now we are the son of the original guy. This is 20 years later, and it says Start Bloodline, and the game will now start, and I'll show you guys how this works, a little bit of the fighting action in this video, and in the meantime, let me go over, what are my impressions of this game, my review. I've had this, since this morning. I've played a lot of it. You actually have different levels. You can actually buy different swords, armor, and all that. But as you guys can see here, this is the battle here. As you guys see there, those are little potions that completely revive your health. You have this little inspect element down there, which lets you inspect who you're actually battling against. And if you look around, sometimes there will be little objects on the ground that you can pick up, such as money or these extra health potions. It doesn't look like there's any. And here's Horned Guardian level 1. And they do get much more difficult. This is going to be an easy battle, of course. But basically, I'll show you guys how this works. You do have the shield element. You can tap to dodge using both left and right. So as you guys saw, you can tap him. I guess it's not letting me attack at this moment, but there's the dodge break, and then you can swipe to strike, just like that. And you have different blades that you can unlock over time. You actually have different magical abilities, which you can activate after a certain amount of time in the actual game during the battles. And it looks like I just beat this guy there. Finishing bonus, and you will actually get levels up of your XP on your swords, your armor, and all that. And basically you can master them, which means you get special abilities with the armor and the swords and stuff. So as you guys saw there, I'm level 6. I guess it did continue over before I restarted. and I got the Rusty Ring. As you guys can see here, I'm getting a little bit of XP per item, and once XP gets full, it's called Mastering, and it shows experience right there. Now, one thing I do want to note about this game, I'm sure you guys have heard of Epic Citadel. That is the demo of the Unreal Engine 3 game engine. It was actually a different application that Epic Games released about a few months ago. And basically, you were allowed to walk around freely in that application. Unfortunately, with this application, you're not allowed to. But basically, you see those blue little circles. You can click on them, and it will move you around by itself. And as you guys can see there, there's a potion down there. You can click that, and you'll get it, and that will actually restart your health. So if I click that, I'm now at 1260 health. So let's go ahead, and you can just look at the graphics here. They're absolutely stunning. And I don't want to go and show every single boss in this game. I know that would take a while. This is just a app review. It's not really a walkthrough through the actual application. But let me know, the graphics are stunning. The actual gameplay is really nice. It's very fluid motions. Everything works really well. I really like how Epic Games actually made it so you can like swipe, you can block, dodge just by using motions through your iPhone, just swiping. You know, I really like the actual controls to this game. The graphics are, once again, the best graphics ever on the iPhone. Nothing is like this at all. No other applications. And I really like the game in general. It's not an RPG, but you know, it's still a very fun application. I do like fighting games like this. And there's actually going to be multiplayer support in the future through Game Center. But right now in Game Center, there's only achievements. There's only achievements and leaderboards, but there's no game multiplayer yet. But there we go, guys. That is Infinity Blade for the iPhone / iPod Touch / iPad. This is supported on the iPhone 4, 3GS, iPod Touch 4th Gen, iPod Touch 3rd Gen, and the iPad. This is a must-have game. I cannot stress that enough. I've never liked an iPhone / iPod Touch game more in my life. This game is absolutely stunning. Everything about it. I really like the gameplay, the graphics. Everything is just really, really nice on this application. So there we go, guys. Thanks all for watching.